All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect. This is Brother Barak coming at you with another lesson that I pray is edifying and exhorting. And pretty much just want to get into this precept here off of Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 13. Let me see if I can, start at another point, but that's the point I want to get to. And build off of that precept, you see, because we all catch, hell, hey, hell is hot, okay, and we in hell, the scriptures, matter of fact, that's what we can start at right there, the book of Jude, because the Lord sent us down here to ultimately be proven, we're being proved and built up, for the kingdom of heaven, to be the rulers of the kingdom of heaven. That's why Yahweh Shai was so heavy on endure, out of all the wisdom you gain out of the scriptures, it comes down to endure, and what enables us to endure is our faith. But here in the book of Jude, let me see, where is that? Verse 6, Jude verse 6, it says, and the angels, going back to the Alahayim, okay, which kept not their first estate, our righteous state, going to, the sons of God fallen, starting with our forefather Adam. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. Okay, and everlasting chains is this flesh, is this body. That's why the Apostle Paul said what? Let's grab that in the book of Romans, chapter 7. Beautiful chapter. Romans 7. I can start there. Straight to the point. Romans 7 and 24. O wretched man that I am, who should deliver me from the body of this death? Okay. The body of this death is what? Is the everlasting chains under darkness. That darkness is this sin. When you read this Romans the 7th chapter, Apostle Paul is speaking about the wickedness, which is that darkness that lies within us, man, and that we're constantly fighting day in and day out, fighting our own thoughts. Hey, because just as we speak about, these spirits jumping on these people in the world, hey, these spirits jump on us as well. They fuck with our mind. That's why it's all about, fighting and overcoming. You read Ephesians the 6th chapter, it goes into pitting on the whole armor of the Lord, that way we can withstand the wiles of the devil. That way we can overcome this darkness, right? And Yahweh Shai spoke about that. If thy eye be single, the body is full of light. Okay, so we got to keep our mind and our spirit locked into this truth, this word, this doctrine, locked on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Let's read Romans 7 and 24 in the NLT. Oh, what a miserable person I am. Who will free me? Woo, that's it. Who will free me from this life that is dominated by sin and death? Because we understand that what? Sin leads to death, man. Okay. It starts with lust, which is a thought, comes in your mind. Okay. And then if you act upon it, if it's wicked, it's sin, and it brings forth death, and that's what this world is dominated by. Everything in this world is adverse unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. And that's why the fight, the fight is so tough. Okay. So this it said, a miserable person who will free me from this life that is dominated by sin and death. So back in Jude, and the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he have reserved in everlasting chains. You see, the everlasting chains is the sin. Okay, this flesh is dominated by. Okay, under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. So we're not going to be free from this body until judgment comes, man. Okay, and Lord willing, our judgment is righteous. Lord willing, the Lord have mercy upon us. Well, all the judgment of the Lord is righteous. Okay, but we pray that he have mercy upon us, and and that we be a part of that number that's changed in a twinkling of an eye. 1 Corinthians the 15th chapter, and receive that new body, man. That we put off the mortal and put on the immortal, man. That we put on righteousness, man, and it starts in our mind. We're starting right now, day in and day out. We're striving, we're fighting to the best of our ability. Hey, but it's a hell of a fight. So right now, You know, we're in the chains of darkness, man. And it's all by the will of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. But guess what? He's going to deliver us from this body of death, okay? This mortal flesh, this flesh full of corruption and wickedness, okay? So now, let's go ahead and get to the point of this lesson. Back in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1. And now I can just go ahead and jump to verse 13. It says, and I gave my heart, which is my mind, to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath the Most High given to the sons of men to be exercised therewith, right? So all the hell that we're catching is to exercise us, man, to ultimately prove us. And the NLT, it reads, I devoted myself to search for understanding and to explore by wisdom everything being done under heaven. I soon discovered that the Most High has dealt a tragic existence to the human race, right? That fight, you know, us not keeping our first estate, you know, and now we have fallen. Now we're learning wickedness. You know, we ate of that tree. Okay. So now we're learning about all this wickedness, but we have to know wickedness what? To understand righteousness. And we're going to live our life. And that's why we can't wait to be changed and receive that new covenant within our inward parts, because we're going to live our life in complete righteousness, man. We're going to serve the Lord and please him in perfection. So let's get a few words here out of the KJV version. Read it again first. It says, and I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath the Most High given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith. So first, let's get the word sore. This sore travail. So sore, going into ra, which would ultimately goes into rai. I'm pretty sure that's the root word. I said ra, but it goes into to be bad, be evil, displeasing. You know, so these hard times, these evil times, right? Now let's get the word travail. It says adiyan, and it says occupation, task, job. All right. So this evil job, this evil time, man, this hard fight, man, a great fight of afflictions, man. Woo! Brothers out here catching hell, but Sirach, the 2nd chapter, we always go back to that chapter. My son, if thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, man. You see? So now we're seeing both sides of the spectrum, and the scriptures say he that departed away from evil maketh himself a prey. So now these spirits, you know, are after us, you know, more than those people in the world, man. You know what Yahweh Shai told Apostle Peter? He said, behold, Satan hath desired to sift thee as wheat is sifted, man. Okay. So what? That means Satan and his minions, you know, is seeking after us, man, you know, trying to sift us, trying to overthrow us out of this truth. Let's get this word here, exercise now. And Apostle Ramla went into this word a few years ago. Exercise is really actually going to try out. But it says to be occupied, be busied with, you know. So we have to work through this sore travail. We have to work through these hard times, these evil times. That's how the Lord is trying us. Well, let me try them out through this evil. Let me see if they can overcome evil. Let me see if they will fight for me, you know, through evil, or what they lay down and succumb to it. That's why the Apostle Paul said in Romans the 12th chapter, be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay. So pretty much that's what that word goes into, experience. It goes to try out, you know, as it said in the blue letter, to be occupied. Right. So I got one more. Well, I got two more precepts. Was that at Deuteronomy? I want to get Deuteronomy 8. But before we get Deuteronomy 8, let's go to the book of Sirach. Oh, man. Is it? I believe it's chapter 6, verse 7. Yep. Sirach 6 and 7. Let me highlight this. It says, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first and be not hasty to credit him. And that's what Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is doing with us. He's proving us. He's testing us. Okay. By what? By the sore travail. By the sore travail are we being experienced? By the sore travail are we being tried out? Right? Verse 8, for some man is a friend for his own occasion and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. You see? Hey, and even during the time of Yahweh Shai, what? It said that Yahweh Shai even told his disciples, he said they will smite the shepherd, and you know, and the sheep will scatter. And when they grabbed up Yahweh Shai, you know, the man fled, you know, even his disciples fled, you know, even Apostle Peter denied him, you know. But after, you know, the mercy of the Lord came back on him, you know, and, you know, pretty much the Apostle Peter came to his senses, you know, it was all through the Spirit, through prophecy, because Yahweh Shai already told him what was going to happen. Well, you know, he served Yahweh Shai, you know, diligently and earnestly. and actually was a martyr for the Lord. Okay. So the same things with us, man. Yeah, we catching hell. We being proven. But hey, man, we truly love the Lord. What the Lord said in John the 15th chapter. Henceforth I call you no more servants, but friends, because the servants know not what the master do, but I have revealed these things to you. And Yahweh Shai, he's proved us through the Spirit, and that's why we have his secrets. That's why we have these mysteries. Why? Verse 7 again, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first. Ultimately, we ought to be proved in the Spirit. The elect is predestinated, right? But everything must play out on earth. Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, right? So let's get this closing precept, Deuteronomy chapter 8. Let me see here. I'll just start from the top. It says, all the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which Yahweh sware unto your fathers. And thou shalt remember all the way which Yahweh thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee. You see? So that's why our forefathers was in the wilderness that long, because the Lord was ultimately testing them. But what was Jake doing? Jake was in murmuring, coming up against his leaders, coming up against, Moses and Aaron, And even the Lord had to check Aaron. He even had to check Miriam, you see? So the same thing now, the Lord has set forth teachers, elders, and apostles above us. Hey, and we have to honor them, man. Honor them which have the rule over you, the heads of the camp, the elder brothers, the elder Akim round about you, right? Because all these things are to prove you, the correction, the rebuke that come down, okay? The monitoring, all these things are to prove you, to test you, man, right? Yeah. Some of these things become sore travail. You be agitated because you catching hell in this world, but it's all about, enduring and overcoming for the love of Yahweh Shai, man. That's why the Apostle Paul said in Romans the 8th chapter, nothing should separate us from the love of Yahweh Shai, right? So back here in verse 2, it says, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart. Thine heart is thy mind. See, that's why the scripture say the Lord searcheth the reins of men. See, the Lord will put you in a position, in a tough position, but these tough positions truly show who you are. When you brought down low, that shows that inner man. That shows your integrity. Look at Job, okay? It says, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. So yeah, man, the time of Jacob's trouble is going to be the ultimate, the ultimate testing ground, man. You see, when you don't eat, if certain family members die, you may lose your children, you may be in prison, you may be faced with death, right? But what's in your heart? What's truly deep in you, all right? Do you truly believe in Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, or are you faking? And at the end of the day, that time is going to come where all things are going to be revealed. That's why the Lord said, there is nothing that should be hid. There is nothing that is hid that should not be revealed. Roughly paraphrasing, because the Lord's going to draw it out. Okay. Verse 3, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord Yahweh doth man live, right? So that pretty much was the point. We all been tested, and that's part of life. That's the straight gate. That's our rite of passage, into the kingdom. So brothers, constantly endure, stay locked into these scriptures, because the scriptures give us the insight on what's going on, man. You read Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, that's what King Solomon was talking about. There's no new thing under the sun. All these things, is pretty much, history repeating itself. Okay. And we just been tried, and we was tried in our past lives, and if we endured and held on until the end, whether we was martyrs then, or whether we died of old age, but if we just kept that word until the end, read the book of Tobit. You see, he maintained his integrity. He believed all the way until the end, right? So Lord willing, we be those same men, which is the elect coming back here in the regeneration. That's why Yahweh Shai said what to the apostles? He said, if thou follow me in the regeneration, okay, you will receive 100-fold, roughly paraphrasing. So it's, but if we was those men before, and we those men now. The scriptures speak about social truth returning to them that practice in her, right? But yeah, man, that's what this life is about. Us being tried out. And it's not going to be, through no easy walk. It's going to be through trials and tribulation, persecutions, evil and wicked thoughts, sore travail. But we must overcome these things with righteousness, man. Remember the scriptures. That's why it's so important to stay locked in. All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Pray this was edifying and exhorting, and giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders here at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom.